they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So I have been taking steroid, most of you know, and I have blown up like a blowfish. I'm 5'5", and so 171 is huge for me. And we all have our own weight, our BMIs, and all of those numbers that we feel are our ideal. And I'm just not there right now. And I'm off the steroids now, so I'm ready to eat right and get in the gym 5 days a week. So I'm going to take you guys with me on a journey. You're going to get to see part of it. Now, I'm not going to take you in the gym 5 days a week. However, I do want to show you some meal prepping that I do and just what kind of foods I eat, and then I will step on the scale and kind of track the progress. It's the year of yes, 2018. I would have never shown you my weight in 2017, but I'm doing things that I wouldn't do. I'm stepping outside of the box, saying yes and not saying no, and trying things that are terrifying because that's what life's about. So, can't wait to get started. I'm going to head to the grocery store and I will be back with a haul to let you all know what I'm going to be eating and kind of what I'm going to be doing in the gym. So, stay tuned for that. So, I just came from Whole Foods and getting this thing started off on the paleo kick. I found these are grain-free tortilla chips. And one thing I don't have here is avocados. I haven't made my Walmart run yet. I just came straight from Whole Foods. So everything I'm showing you here, I either got at Whole Foods or I already had it in the kitchen. So these are lime grain-free tortilla chips. So they're made with, let's see, cassava flour, which is a mineral-rich root vegetable, avocado oil, coconut flour, and chia seed and sea salt. So I'm interested to see what those are like because I know I'm going to be all up in some avocados because you're going to want something creamy, and avocados have all the healthy fat that you want. And then I got these Applegate Organics, which you get at Whole Foods, and it is organic uncured beef hot dog, because the problem, as we know with the hot dogs, are they're so overly processed that you're barely getting any meat anymore. So these are what they recommend if you're doing paleo. Sorry about my dog in the background, as usual. One other thing to think about is getting some clarified butter or ghee, and I got this at Whole Foods as well. It's kind of hard to find in other places, although some other grocery stores really do carry it because I've seen it in other places, but I couldn't find it in places like Walmart or Kroger. But I did find it at Whole Foods. So, yeah, they recommend this. And if you're doing the bulletproof coffee, you put this in that if you're doing keto. But that's another story. And you can read more about the ghee. Maybe I'll leave some information down below for you to read about it. Speaking of the healthy fats, you need some coconut oil. I've got lots of different brands of coconut oil. I just grabbed this one because I also use it when making soap. So whatever brand you have. And then also I got some almond butter that has raw maple. Now you can use raw honey and you can use maple syrup. Of course you're going to use it, smart. Don't, go overboard with it when you have a sugar craving, because the sugar cravings are going to get you on the paleo diet. That's probably the hardest part, especially for me because I love it. But the maple, and this is almond butter with maple. They also have like a vanilla. They have different ones, but this one is actually paleo friendly. And so another way to do healthy fats is like olive oil, getting it through your salad dressings and whatnot. And you want to do nuts. So these are, I already had them in my kitchen. They are sunflower seeds, already shelled. I put them on top of salads and stuff like that. And then Walmart had, after Christmas, now I didn't realize these were pumpkin when I grabbed them, but I think in a frenzy, I just started grabbing all the nuts they had because these bags went on sale for $1. And if you know how ridiculously expensive nuts are, that's crazy. And then these big $9.99 bags went on sale for $2. So I got cashews, walnuts, and I've put these in for my pantry. And then I got the mixed nuts, because you need to eat a lot of nuts on paleo. If nuts aren't your thing, you're going to have to find some way to get that into your diet. You want these healthy fats, and you need to find that somewhere. So I got lots of nuts, and I even have more in the pantry, but I didn't want to be excessive. There were so many when I opened it, I just felt kind of silly. All right, and then obviously you're going to do lots of fruits and vegetables. Here is just romaine lettuce, which you're going to do a lot of lettuce cups and lettuce buns because you're not going to be able to have bread, which really hurts. And so you need something to wrap all your taco meat or your burger meat or whatever in. Carrots, because carrots are good, and I put them in juices and stuff. I love these little mini peppers. We eat these around here a lot. Now, I was putting cream cheese and shredded cheese in them and kind of baking them in the oven. But since we're not doing dairy, then this is how we're doing our peppers, is slicing them up. They're so sweet and crunchy. These don't taste like regular peppers. They have this good sweetness to them. And you can dip them in some kind of paleo-free dressing or dip. Paleo-friendly dressing or dip. Or you can just eat them like this and eat. I would never eat a bell pepper raw, but these are different. They taste different. So I like these. I get these a lot. Pretty much every time I do the shopping, I grab these little peppers. And you can get those almost every grocery store. Another thing I got at Whole Foods was these veggie noodles. They're zucchini veggiccini. Now they're made out of zucchini and they're like noodles for when everyone else gets to have fettuccine alfredo or spaghetti or what have you, and you're sitting around eating vegetables, so at least you get to mimic it. It's not exactly the same, but it is pretty delicious. It takes 3 or 4 minutes to saute. I have not tried this brand, but they look good, and it's a lot easier than doing it yourself. And then just some different frozen vegetables that I keep. I've got butternut squash here. I've got the veggie rice, which I always keep this in the kitchen because when my husband's making something with rice, like stir fry or something, he'll make me this version to go with it so that I don't feel left out. And so I like to have this for pretty much everything. And it's delicious. It's even better than rice to me because rice pretty much has no flavor, and this has a really nice flavor to it. The cauliflower flavor. And then these are just whole green beans that you just put the bag in the microwave and it steams on its own, so they're really easy. And then I like to keep berries because they are the most low-carb fruit there is. Strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. I really like blueberries. Before I started paleo, my breakfast in the morning was yogurt with blueberries in it. Now I'm going to have to change that up, but at least I get to still have my blueberries. I got a few pears. These are Asian pears, and they feel pretty soft. I like them when they have a little bit of give to them. I don't like really firm pears, but pears are one of my favorite fruits. And then these are sumo fruit. Now, they're expensive, but they only come around once a year, and they're hard to find. And when I was juicing, about a year and a half, I juiced pretty regularly, almost every day. In fact, I think I would say it was every day. But when these came in season was the best time because they peel so easily. If you juice, this gets you your citrus really quickly. It has this little knob. That's why it's called sumo fruit. Looks like a little sumo wrestler guy. But it has this knob, and you just peel it, and it peels so easily. And if you want an orange really quick or something and you don't feel like peeling it, these are great. But like I said, sometimes they're like $2.50 each, depending on the size of them. Alright, a couple of little extra things. Got dried cranberries I put on my salad. Sometimes that'll save me a little bit when I just am dying because I haven't had anything sweet. And I'm telling you guys, the sweet cravings are legit with me because that is my weakness, and it's the reason why I've gained all this weight, pretty much. So that helps a little, and then combine it with like poppy seed dressing, and it tastes more. And you can put berries and things on your salad and turn a salad into a little bit of a sweet rush for you, but using things that are low carb like berries. And then another thing is this chocolate PB Fit. This is not technically paleo because you can't have peanut butter on paleo. Peanuts are a legume and legumes aren't on the paleo diet, but it's so much better to slip one of these in like an almond milk shake or an almond milk smoothie than it is to like go out and have 14 donuts or something because you're about to pull your hair out. So to me, it's a means to an end, and it's a way smarter cheat than a real cheat. So, and it tastes good. This one's got chocolate, but the chocolate and the regular are the same amount of carbs. It's 6 grams of carb, but it's 2 grams of fiber. So that's really 4 net carbs. And then 50 calories, and that's for 2 tablespoons, and you will never use more than 2 tablespoons of this because you can smooth it together with water and make a peanut butter, or you can dip it in recipes. There are all kind of recipes online of how to make brownies with it, and I mean, there's just so much because peanut butter has a lot of dang calories, y'all. Like 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is like 200 calories, or I think it's even less than that. It's 200 calories. It's ridiculous. All right, and when you just can't take it and you have to go on Pinterest and you have to get one of those cheat recipes to like make paleo muffins or paleo fudge or whatever, almond flour is the way to do it. And as you can see, mine is open, and that tells you that I have already been down that route, been there, done that, when I'm trying to do low carb, and it's so hard, especially when people are eating like Danishes and just everything good around you on the weekend. And so you can bake with this, and then you can get a low carb satisfaction for your sweet tooth. And then they have this paleo flour, which is pretty much the same thing. It's ancient grains with probiotics. 4 times the fiber is all-purpose flour, more probiotics than a serving of yogurt. So, and it's got ancient grains, so it's telling you teff flour, T-E-F-F, not sure what that is, coconut flour, quinoa flour, and then it tells you the different probiotics that are in it. And it also contains coconut if you're not into coconut, but you can't taste the coconut. It just wants you to know in case you have an allergy or something. All right, so I have not gotten my proteins like my meats and fish. That's what my Walmart trip is going to be for. And you know what meat looks like and you know what fish looks like. But basically they want you to be smart about it. They want you to use organic and cage-free and grass-fed beef, and they want you to do all of these things. But if your budget just is not calling for that, do the best you can. Especially, you know, if you get really deep into paleo, you can always bump up and upgrade. And right now, just do what you can. Any change is good change. And at least you are making an effort. And that's what half the battle is. So guys, I will be showing you, like, this isn't like when I just show you my haul and then I go do it on my own. This I'm going to be like updating you and telling you. You know, I don't like to step on the scale. I'd rather go by how my clothes fit. But since I'm going to be updating you guys on it, I need to go ahead and weigh myself. That way you'll really know. And I'll have you know that I'm going to the gym today. I like to start with just cardio, and then I'll add in the strength training in a week or two. And I'll let you all know how it's going. Alright, so I'm showing you what I got at Walmart too, because I realized that I left off some really important things. Number 1, eggs. You're going to live off of eggs. If you don't like eggs, I almost don't know what to tell you, because eggs are such a huge part of paleo for me. So you might want to boil some up at the beginning of the week and have some boiled eggs on hand, because the hardest part for me about this diet is not having things on hand. Especially if you work, you really are going to have to meal prep, because you will be able to find things that are just meat and salad, but it's going to be really hard for you to find things that hold to the rules. They're going to have sugars added in the dressings. There's going to be preparations of the foods that are going to add a lot of ingredients that you just want to really do it at home. It makes it cheat free, and you know you're doing the right thing. Okay, and then I got a lot of ground beef. We got a big, like 10-pound pack of ground beef, and I break it up. This one is labeled cauliflower because my husband is making a stuffed cauliflower this week, which is going to be really good. And also, I've got another pack in there that is for stuffed peppers. And that's my next thing. These peppers are absolutely delicious. If you slice them the long way, they take less time to cook in the oven. And you can mix it up with some seasonings and stuff and put it in the oven and bake it. And it's got its own little bowl and it's edible and it's really good. I had this last week and I'm doing it again this week because what's her name that's married to John Legend? She has a blog where she has like some low carb recipes, and I used her recipe for the stuffed peppers and they are good. So that's 2 recipes right there using ground beef. But you get some garlic, some minced garlic, because you're going to be missing a lot of the sugar in these sauces. Even if you think you don't eat a lot of sugar, almost every sauce and seasoning and pretty much anything you buy packaged has sugar in it. So you do start to miss a lot of that flavor that's brought on by the sugar. Garlic will really help. You can also, if you got a big sweet tooth, cinnamon helps. It kind of gives you this fake sense of sugar. Also, don't forget that you can use honey, raw honey, and you can use maple syrup in small amounts when you just can't take it anymore, like I said earlier. Next thing, avocados and this guacamole, which get one that you know all the ingredients. This one I've looked through the ingredients. It's all natural, no preservatives, gluten-free, kosher, homemade. So get some avocados right now. They're 48 cents at Walmart. So, I mean, they're never that cheap, especially here where I live. So, the chips that I got yesterday, by the way, even my husband was like, those are amazing. The lime chips that I got from Whole Foods, oh my God, they are better than any chip I've ever had, and they're grain-free. Make some guacamole when you want a snack. Another thing is I had to re-up on my baby spinach. I have a half of one still in the fridge, but I went ahead just to be safe and get another one. For one thing, you're going to grab it and cook it. Like right now, I'm frying some eggs. You might hear them frying behind me. You can put these in with scrambled eggs and make a little omelet. You can sneak it into pretty much everything. I like to saute it and then stick it on top of like a slab of protein, like chicken or something. It just gives a little extra flavor and texture. Plus, this is a superfood. It's got every kind of nutrient in it. Plus, it's just so easy to grab a handful and put it with pretty much everything. Okay? Then the last thing is I've got a whole lot of waters in there. We buy waters by the case. But it is so hard for me to drink water. And I hate to sound like a whiner. I know it's just a mind over matter thing and I just got to do it. Trust me, I know. But, oh my God, it's so hard. And I'm doing Diet 7-Ups, which I can already hear the hate comments coming. I know that diet drinks are not good for you. That's why I want to get off of them and that's what I want to do. But it's going to take drinking water. And for me, it's so hard to drink water. I think I inherited it from my grandmother. She hated water too. But it's not that I hate the flavor, it's just there is no flavor, and I'm a flavorful person, and I've gotten kind of used to that sweet taste, and so I'm trying and trying. Really, I probably need about 6 of these a day, but starting with 3 a day is going to be huge for someone like me. You know your own body and what you already are doing and what you can strive to do, but for me, doing 3 of these, I'm going to be proud of myself. And then I've got a recipe that I got from Shalene. I think her name's Shalene Johnson. And she has a recipe for lemon ginger water. And I posted it on my blog a while back. I will link to it below. Because if you drink like Diet Coke or something else that you drink every day and you're trying to get down to water, adding the lemon and ginger and a little bit of cayenne, there's some different things in it that are going to add a little bit of a punch to the water. That way it gives it just that little bit of tingle, kind of like you get with the carbonation of a diet drink or even a regular soda. Maybe you're going hard and you're drinking Cokes every day. I don't know, but this is a good way to kind of transition, is to drink the lemon ginger water. So anyway, and by the way, P.S., the lemon ginger water is not gonna put a lot of additives in it, like if you buy the little powders that you mix into the water. Let me show you. I'm not judging. I'm speaking from experience, okay? And this is full disclosure for you guys. These are all little powders like Crystal Light and things that have all these additives in them and all of this stuff. So believe me, when I speak, I'm speaking from experience and not a place of judgment. And it's really hard for me to show you guys what my scale says, and it's hard for me to admit my bad habits. But I do want to tell you that I understand, and food is hard, and it's an addiction in itself, and this is a tough thing for me. And so this year I'm really going all out, and I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to take you guys with me. Accountability partners, right? All right. So, while I'm at it, while we're talking about water and getting your water in, now if you've seen my tea videos on my other channel, you know I have a whole lot of tea. But tea is really going to help you when you want some flavor. It helped me the other night. I was really wanting something kind of sweet, and one of these was just sweet enough. I can't remember which flavor. I think it was the salted caramel. But I just needed something a little bit, and it was freezing cold outside. At nighttime, sometimes it also helps soothe you a little bit. It calms you, and it kind of fills your stomach up a little bit. And so this is something that I was really surprised actually worked, because it sounded like a load of crap to me. But, oh, here it was. Butterscotch Blondie. That's what I had. And, you know, you do what you got to do to get by. And the first few weeks are going to be the hardest. You're going to think, I cannot do this. But then you start to see changes in your body, and it makes it better. So, we're going to do it. Or at least I'm going to do it. And that's that. So I just wanted to show you the things that I got, because I feel like, especially leaving out the eggs, that was a rookie move. I need to show you the eggs. Here is my breakfast that I'm having. I'm having 2 fried eggs. I like my yolks really hard. And yeah, that's going to do me at least for a couple of hours. When I'm doing paleo, I eat probably 5 or 6 times a day in smaller meals. As opposed to like 3 meals with a snack. I think that the little small meals give me little bursts of energy that get me by, and that way I only eat when I feel hungry, and I'm not just shoving food in my body, you know, randomly like I was doing before. Alright guys, I really am interested to hear what you have to say about all this, and I will check in with you guys in a couple of days. Alright, bye.